Hello everyone and welcome to this video. This video might not be very useful if you already had a very clean drilled PCB by this point. Yet if you had bad time inserting your components to your homemade PCB, watch this video till the end. We'll share my experience and on the way we'll talk about some problems in homemade PCB productions, its pros and cons and so let's get started. So I'll start by cleaning my very clean desk from the last part. Always stay in a clean environment. Then start picking up the components you will at last part solder and connect. Again, a good advice is always organize your components. When you order your PCB from a factory, you will probably get an extremely neat PCB, accurately drilled and even green masked. If you would insert anything, it will just fall down. Gravity will do its job. Yet here it's a homemade PCB. Don't get me wrong, if you did a nice job at making this PCB and luck was really with you, not like me, you might have a very clean PCB that you could insert components properly and easily. But my situation is amazing because the camera was too close to the drilling area and I was very interferenced, and because of my luck too, I couldn't drill 2 holes in a straight line. This might not be a problem if your PCB is mainly capacitors, resistors or LEDs, those things which have long leads that could be bended. Otherwise, IC holders or pin headers couldn't be bent or hard to be bent. So they have to be inserted in a well-drilled PCB. But you see my case. In such situation, you'll need to have some tools like pliers that help you inserting. This process might take some time and is usually trial and error. You may break a pin header or just any component, so always have some spare parts. For IC holders, for example, you could slightly bend each pin to match the whole place. And for a pin header like this big one, your only solution is to break it down to 2 by 2, not the whole header. And if you used IC holders, don't use DIL holders, but just use SIL, which could also be cut and positioned easily in the case of a bad drilling job. Continue inserting your components, and however, if some component slides down or keeps falling, you could hold them with thumb tape or just insert them when soldering. I always prefer to print out and attach my PCB design and shape nearby to give a look from time to time. Maybe in such a small PCB it doesn't matter, but in a more complicated design it might be essential. You could however skip the inserting process here if all of your components fall down because you didn't use the exact hole size or just has some drilling errors. Now while continue placing the components,
actually I already placed them 2 months ago.
But anyways, let me tell you the pros and cons of PCB home production. Let's begin with pros. 1. You will learn a lot of things in the go. Learn chemical reactions, drill your PCB, solder it yourself and do everything. 2. It will be your fastest option to quickly test a prototype design. The whole process from beginning to ending to a working product won't take you more than 1 day. Cons, however, are a bit more. First, your PCB will look very handmade if your PCB had artifacts. The process is dangerous, need good vision, need hand controls to be well, and sometimes the whole process might fail. So after you finish inserting all of the components properly, you're ready to start soldering, which will be in the last part next. And with that, I end this short and quick video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any tips, concerns, questions, don't forget to tell me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and meet you in the last part of this series next time.